All right, so welcome once again. Thanks to those who are giving, dropping comments. Yeah, good afternoon, El. Welcome on board. Madam Onaji, good afternoon, man. Okay,
Good
so
afternoon, sir. You're
yes, man.
welcome, sir.
How's the day going?
It's fine. It's fine. And yours, sir?
Very good, going very wonderful. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this afternoon we have a news we are expecting by 2:15 p.m. and it's from the Eurozone. That's the main refinancing rate and monetary policy statement by 2:15. Both are high impact events, so volatility is expected on the euro pairs. And by 2:45 p.m., there will be ECB press conference. Now, if all this data comes out good for the euro, we'll be expecting a bullish movement on the euro. And if it comes out all good, we'll be expecting, some grain data here, which will lead to a bullish movement. And if, on the other hand, it comes out bad, then we'll see a red data and a bearish movement. Now, if you are joining this session for the first time or you've not attended any training on how to trade fundamental events, I will encourage you to refer to the fundamental analysis class we had on Monday. Yeah, the link was posted in the groups. Just take out the time to watch that video. It will give you all the necessary information you need to get started trading fundamental events in the Forex market. All right, so I'll flip over to the chart now and we'll look at the pairs I'm checking ahead of this particular event. Now we're looking at the Euro USD. Now, why am I checking the Euro USD? Because we have a very wonderful pattern information here, which is called the symmetrical triangle. Now, if you've joined my training sessions, symmetrical triangle is very unique in the sense that price could either break out to the upside or to the downside. So you can give either a buy or a sell signal depending on the direction of the breakout. So it means that this afternoon by 2:15 p.m., which is roughly some 2 hours and some minutes away from now, if the news from the Eurozone comes out bad for the euro, price will break out to the downside and you can take a sell. And if, on the other hand, the data comes out good, price could break out to the upside. And from there, you could look at buying. Though I will confess, with this pattern of 4 hour time frame, you might have to trade it. If it's on the bullish side, you may have to trade it more technically compared to the release of the data. So if the data is released by 2:15 p.m., you might need to wait for an actual breakout on the upside, as in clearly above that region before you take a buy trade. This is 4 hours. But if the news comes out bad, you may take a sell trade immediately. And if it's on the downside, you can target profit levels at the recent low. That could be a TP1, and the other low here could be the TP2. So potentially price may be targeting between, let's say, 15 pips and about 45 pips, all things being equal, if the news comes out bad for the euro. But like I said, on the other hand, if it comes out good, you need to exercise patience and wait for a technical breakout, at the recent high up there. And that's my view for the news by 2:15 p.m. Now, the other instrument I'm looking at this afternoon session is the GBP USD, and this is purely a technical setup. Now, the GBP USD, let me start the analysis all over again. The GBP USD on the daily time frame, price closed yesterday on a support zone. So we have the lows here for the support. So technically, we might be looking out for a reversal in price. So I flip down to the 1 hour time frame, and I'm seeing the formation of what looks a lot like an inverse head and shoulder pattern. Now, the inverse head and shoulder pattern is a bullish reversal pattern. Anytime we see it, it's an indication that price is reversing from downtrend to uptrend. And it also comes with a falling wedge pattern as additional confirmation. So possibly in the afternoon today, we may experience a reversal in price on the GBP USD. So if price reverses to the upside and breaks out above this minor resistance level, then we may see GBP USD, we may take a buy on the GBP USD. The final confirmation rather will be our RSI clearly above 50 when that happens. So I'm bullish on the GBP USD on 1 hour time frame. Now, this is actually the two setup I have for this afternoon session. Now, don't let us forget the month is going to end tomorrow. Usually, there are end of month setup that happens in the market. So by the end of tomorrow Friday, we'll be looking at what may happen in the month of November. I'm seeing some setup forming a little by little, but I will have further clarification on them by tomorrow, by the end of day tomorrow. I just remembered another setup now, and that would be the AUDJPY. Yeah, AUDJPY. Actually, the AUD pairs generally, they are having a lot of bearish sentiment. There's a lot of bearish sentiments on the AUD pairs, but I will look at the AUDJPY and any other one. All right, this is the AUDJPY. So the AUDJPY on the daily time frame, even from the weekly, price is trading around a resistance zone on the daily and the weekly time frame. And if you go down to the 1 hour, we have a valid resistance, we have a rising wedge, and we'll be anticipating price breaking out to the downside. So anytime price breaks out below the lower trend line with our RSI clearly below 50, we can trigger a sell on the AUDJPY. So we're bearish on the AUDJPY. And like I said, this weakness is, seems to be across board for most of the AUD pairs, like the AUD-CHF also. You can see this one is already in a downtrend on the daily time frame. You can see the descending trend line on the daily, and a rising wedge on 1 hour, a double top. We're only waiting for a breakout below here for price to crash. Likewise, RSI is already below 50, so it's already getting to the bearish zone. We're only waiting for a clear breakout, to the downside. Though if you're a scalper, you may take an early entry, because this is a valid double top. If a new candle opens below this current low, you may enter a sell immediately. Or if you're a conservative trader, you may wait for a clear break below the lower trend line. RSI is already below 50. MACD is about to cross below zero. Generally, we're bearish on the AUD-CHF. We're bearish on the AUD-JPY. I'm bearish on the AUD CAD. So any one of them that triggers first, you're free to take. Just know that the AUD pairs I've mentioned is exhibiting a lot of weakness. For the AUD CAD, price is trending downwards on the daily. This is the weekly time frame. All right, so we have a descending trend line like that on the weekly time frame, and on the daily, you can see the formation of a triple top pattern here. It actually looks like a head and shoulder waist, anyone you want to call it. So technically, we're looking for the next wave of price movement, which will be downtrend. And on 1 hour, we have a rising wedge, and price has already broken out below the rising wedge, but there's a minor support zone that price still needs to break out below for a sell to occur. So I've drawn the rectangle box there. If a new candle opens below this low, you can trigger a sell. RSI is already below 50, but this already below 0. So you can see we're bearish on the AUD CAD, the AUD CHF, and the AUD JPY. Whichever one triggers first, at your discretion, you can trade them. All right, so that will be all from my end this afternoon. I'm seeing a request to check BTC USD. So I'll check BTC now. Now, I did my analysis on BTC yesterday, and I said I was bearish, and price went exactly in line with that analysis. So let's check what's happening to BTC now. From the BTC analysis of yesterday, I remember clearly saying I saw price hit this resistance on the daily time frame, forming a tweezer top. And that's a reversal candlestick pattern on the daily time frame. So with that, I said I was expecting the BTC to sell yesterday. So I took it down to the 1 hour time frame, and I remember clearly telling us that I was seeing the formation of a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder, and a breakout, while this region here was a minor support. You can refer to the video of the analysis session of yesterday. So price broke out just as analyzed. You can see the breakout and the massive movement of price. All right, that was for yesterday. So what's happening to BTC now? Well, I'm not really having any clarity around BTC at the moment. Assuming price dropped to the support levels, that will have given some clarity. But if there's an uptrend is on 1 hour, I wouldn't want to risk anything here. For now, I will say nothing on BTC for now. Much later on, if we get anything, we'll let you know. GBP, JPY, gold, NAS 100. All right, I remember the analysis on GBP, JPY also yesterday. Price hit this support level with a rejection candle on an uptrend. It worked exactly as analyzed. But at the moment also, except price hit this resistance, I can't give you any view at the moment. So if price makes its way to the resistance, we may expect a downward movement. That was actually my analysis earlier on BTC, on GBP, JPY. I think yesterday or Monday too. I told you that I expect price to drop here from where we'll get a reversal. And that's what happened. So that's the next wave. Nothing, no resistance in view here also. So I'll be waiting for price to hit this resistance. Then we may look at a downward movement. But at the moment, nothing is happening around GBP, JPY. Gold and NAS 100. Now for gold, what is happening to gold now is we are expecting a much more long-term movement. In the short term, you're welcome, Maureen. In the short term, nothing much on gold in the short term. But then, like I said, as we are approaching the end of the month from today, tomorrow by 12 midnight, we'll cross to the new month. And my view for gold in November is that we may expect a massive drop in the price of gold. Now, please take this, what I'm saying, and please listen carefully. Now, gold is trading, or rather, gold hit a psychological level this month at $4,300 per ounce. And as of today, we have a rejection candle forming on the monthly time frame. If the month ends tomorrow with this particular pattern, excuse me, we may expect a crash in the price of gold to end the year. Now, why will that happen? Now, generally, as we approach December, December is a time where people spend a lot globally. Now, dollar may really go strong as we approach December. A lot of companies are going to be, closing their books for the year, possibly in profit. So there'll be a lot of money to spend. December, people spend money. People travel, vacations, weddings, a lot of things like that. People go on shopping for Christmas, Christmas clothes, Christmas things, and all the likes. So there'll be a lot of heavy spending in December. So most times, December, dollar is always strong. Now, if dollar is strong, gold will likely go weak, except if there's a global crisis that will shoot the price of gold up. And that global crisis will be a serious one, probably a war. And I don't think anybody wants to go to war in December. So I'm just giving you a reason why I believe we may be expecting a massive crash in gold as we end the year. But like I said, that's in the big picture. On the short term, nothing at the moment. You just have to watch the market closely. This is 4 hour. This is 1 hour. Except, let me just check closely again. Okay. Except for a symmetrical triangle that is forming on 1 hour. All right. So I think this is giving us a little clue. So if price breaks out to the upside, we may look at buying gold. If it breaks out to the downside, we may look at selling gold. And the recent high can be the profit-taking levels. If it breaks out to the upside, those are levels you can take profit. If it's to the downside, I think I'll just look at this low alone, for profit taking. All right, so I've started a symmetrical triangle on gold on 1 hour. We can watch that, still in the course of today, may trigger either to the upside or to the downside. So finally, I'll check NAS 100. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can find the psychological level around here. Okay, I found a psychological level. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame, there's a psychological level 26200.00. And I'm seeing the formation of a head and shoulder around the NAS 100. All right, so there's also a rising wedge pattern. So I hold a bearish outlook on NAS 100. This is a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder. Price might go back to retest that psychological level, which is acting as a resistance. But then you are only trading if price is able to break out below the neckline region and RSI clearly below 50. So I bearish on NAS 100. All right, so that'll be all from my end this afternoon session. Do trade safe and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm very grateful.